Okay, YouTube, hey, this is going to be a review of the Topo Phantom road shoes, which I've just bought. First off the bat, not sponsored, this is my money, my opinions, all the rest of it. I bought these myself. These will be replacing the Ultra Paradigm 4.5s. These are the ones I'll be bringing into rotation to replace those. I did a follow-up review on those Ultras, so you'll know why I'm swapping out. Yeah, so I've just started running in these. First things first, to get it out of the way, the colour. I like the colour. It's blue and orange, the ones I've gone for. Obviously I like orange, and the rest of my running stuff tends to be black or dark blue, so these actually match quite well with what I tend to wear. Also, being road shoes, I do like to have a little bit of colour on them because cars. Which brings me on to my next point. On the back of these they have a nice little reflector there, which will be nice come winter. Not all shoes have that type of thing, so that's always good. Price, they're a little bit more expensive than Ultras. You do notice it in your wallet when you buy a pair of these compared to a cheapo pair of Ultras. It's a slightly better put together shoe, I would say, but we'll see how it lasts. I'll do a follow-up review at some point and let you know how I'm going with that. On the point of durability, obviously I've not put a ton of miles in these so far. They do have a fairly defined tread compared to a Paradigm or a Topo UltraFly, which will give you a little bit more grip on hard-packed dirt, gravel, that type of thing. Very light trail running basically, but I'm only using this on asphalt and concrete, so I won't be using that too much. But you might find that this wears through relatively fast because it's just a foam on the bottom there with some bits of rubber interspersed. I'll let you know how that goes in the follow-up review. Also, this is not a Vibram sole, so we'll see if that affects things. On the general fit, they're pretty comfy actually, just as normal shoes just to wear. They're really comfy actually. On the uppers is really nice. The heel cuff fits really well. There's a nice depth to them. I don't like shoes that have quite a shallow cuff here, and these have a nice depth, which is great. My biggest gripe with these shoes so far has been the laces. Okay, Topos have very short laces so far that I've found with the UltraFlys, the Terraventures, and now the Phantoms. They have very short laces, but these Phantoms have insanely short laces. Now, they do have the extra hole for doing a lace lock, and these actually came from the factory threaded into the extra hole. But if you do the lace lock, you don't have enough lace to tie them. It's impossible to do a lace lock with these, which is madness. Why have they provided the extra hole if you can't use the flipping thing? Which is very frustrating. For me personally, it's probably not going to be an issue because I will probably borrow the laces off of the Ultra Paradigms, which I'll be getting rid of. So I'll probably just cannibalise those laces, because for some reason on the Paradigms, Ultra decided to model their laces after Rapunzel's hair. They're insanely long, like ridiculously floppy long. You tie the bow and they're like, you have to tuck them in, and it's still like really long. It's crazy. Torrent seem to have gone the other way, where I don't know if they're making these laces out of something expensive or for whatever reason, but like they give you 3 inches of lace. And I mean, that's just not enough. Once you've done a lace lock, you end up with about 1.5 inches, about this much, to tie a bow. It just can't be done. I've tried. It's impossible, which is my biggest gripe so far with these. One thing I do like, which probably most people won't notice, won't need, but because they have these like lace loops instead of a hole, it gives a nice spacing to the laces, which if you use a Stryd power meter, it actually keeps it nice and square on the shoe. It stops it getting twisted, which is actually kind of nice to have that. It's a minor thing, and I doubt most people will need that, but it's a nice to have. In terms of the upper durability, it's a very light feeling upper. It will probably be fine, and I'm saying that because Joe has a pair of Topo UltraFlys, which has the same type of upper, and we've had loads of Topo Terraventures. Now the Terraventures had terrible durability on the uppers, but it was abrasion, it was rocks and roots rubbing on it. It went through it in no time at all. These are road shoes. I doubt that's going to be an issue, so it should be fine. Her road shoes have got a pretty decent mileage on them now. They've got 213, 220k on them, so pretty decent number of K, and they're doing absolutely fine. So I don't think the upper's going to be a problem on these, and it's nice to get some weight reduction there. Having said that, these are relatively heavy shoes. These come in at 10 ounces, which is 283 grams, compared to an Ultra Torin, which is like 250 grams. So they are quite a heavy shoe. You don't particularly feel that heaviness when you're running, but to give you the vital statistics on these, they are a 25mm forefoot, 30mm heel, 5mm drop. I actually bought these because they're the maximal Topo road shoe, and I was kind of hoping they would be like a Ultra Paradigm, preferably the old Paradigm, even though I'm replacing the new Paradigm, which hurt my foot. The old Paradigm, the 3.5, is probably one of my favourite road shoes I've ever had. So I was really hoping they'd be like that. Now that comes in at a 32mm zero drop. So this does have a 30mm heel, but it does have a 25 on the front. So I was expecting it to be a little bit less cush. And it does come in that way. That's how it feels when you run in it. Basically, it's actually a lot like an Ultra Torin. This is, I would say, a Topo's version of an Ultra Torin. The Torin is a 28mm zero drop, and obviously this is 25-30, so it's either side of that with 5mm. So that's probably why. It's EVA foam on the Torin. I believe it's EVA foam on this one as well. So it gives it a very similar responsiveness and a very similar feel. I would say if you like the Ultra Torin and you're just looking for something different, preferably if you're looking for something with a bit more grip in particular, this could well do you. They're very similar shoes in every respect. The only thing is this one has insanely short laces, and I don't know why. In terms of price, if you can afford them, then they're affordable, I guess, but they are a little bit more expensive than an Ultra Torin or an Ultra Paradigm or an Ultra anything, because Ultras come in pretty cheap, but they're not insanely priced. I'm in New Zealand here, so obviously we're paying shipping and internet prices and New Zealand tax and all the rest of it, so they come in at relatively expensive for me personally, but they're probably not too bad if you live in a sensible country with normal shipping. Yeah, I was hoping this would be like the Ultra Paradigm with that kind of soft road feel. It's not really, it's much more like a Torin. You do get good ground responsiveness. You will feel any sort of reasonable sized rock, which some people like, some people don't, personal preference. I'm not too bothered by it because I tend to run on pretty flat asphalt and concrete, so it's not a problem for me. Anyway, hopefully that'll give you an idea about the Topo Phantoms. If you like this video, like, subscribe. If you have a different opinion, leave it in the comments, let me know. Let me know if this matches up with what you thought about these. Cheers, thanks.